Good morning, grade 7. We are continuing with chapter 10, cyber safety today. And the topic for today is individual right to privacy. This is a digital world. We all rely on technology. Don't we all make use of internet? Yes, we make internet to share data, information, photos, videos, audios. Isn't it? But while using internet, you should take care of your privacy. So what is privacy? Privacy means when you does not want unauthorized person to use your data or information. Okay? You only want the person to whom you can rely can use your personal information or data. That is your privacy. So, to maintain the privacy on this internet is a very major task today. So, there are certain precautions or measures that you should take to prevent your privacy on internet. The first one is be careful while sharing your personal profile on social networking sites. If you are using social networking site like Facebook, Instagram or anything else, first of all you should be 18 plus if you want to make use of it. The second is if you are using it under the guidance of your parents, you should not share your personal information on social networking sites. Second is never share your login details with anyone. Login details means your password, your username, fine? The third is delete the sensitive data when not in use. If you have used a credit card number or something and if you're not using it, you should delete it. Never do in remember always, okay? Then never click on the link that is sent by these strangers. If you're getting an email and you don't know that person, so please don't try to interact with the strangers on internet. They may be hackers or crackers. Then protect your online privacy by disabling the cookies on web browsers. Okay, so cookies are the software programs that maintain the log of the website that you're visiting on internet. Install software, security software like antivirus, spyware, firewall. Okay, so to prevent the individual right of privacy, you should take care of these measures. Now we're going to study software piracy. So what is piracy? When you buy, a software and you distribute it illegally, that is software piracy. You buy CDs or DVDs for 20 rupees. Okay, what is that? That is software piracy. So how are we encouraging software piracy? Look, you purchase a single licensed copy of software and then you load that in several computers. It is known as soft lifting. Okay, so in like this you're getting involved in software piracy. You have Netflix. You give the password and username to many users. Okay, and they are using the same ID. They're using the license of Netflix, but what you're doing, you have shared the username and password with more than 5 people, suppose. So that is a soft lifting. Okay. Next is you make unauthorized copies of the software and distribute them. Like when we purchase this DVDs for music and movies for 20, 30 rupees. What is it? It is piracy that you're doing. You install unauthorized copies of software on hard disk. So like this, we're getting involved in a crime. This is software piracy is a crime. And so what measures you should do to avoid this? The first measure is buy the licensed copy of the software. Okay, never make copy of the software and circulate them. The second measure is purchase software from reputed seller. Okay, so that you buy a genuine software. And if your friend is giving you any illegal, unauthorized CDs, so please avoid listening to those CDs or watching those CDs. And if the software is available online, you should try to download it from the manufacturer's websites. Okay? And you should always register your software to avoid soft lifting. Fine. See, the third right that we're going to study is intellectual property right. Okay? In intellectual property right, the owner of some artistic work, music, or any work that you have, invention that you have done, the owner is given some specific rights. Okay? And if any other person tries to use its work and invention and to publish as if it belongs to that person, the owner has the right to file a case against that person in cybercrime. And so, the measures that you should do to protect your intellectual rights are, the first one is patent your inventions. If you have made some invention, okay, and you don't want, the owner doesn't want the other person to sell those product, okay, the owner can take patent rights for the invention, so that only the owner can sell that product or use that product or software. And the validity, if you apply for the patent of the invention, the validity is for 20 years. Fine. The next measure that you should do is copyright your art and publication. If you are copywriting your art, it means that this entire product or the invention or the software belongs to you. No other person has the right to copy, to sell these copyrights. Okay. Now in this, the validity is for 70 years. And the last measure that you can do to protect your intellectual property is register your trademark. All the companies have certain logos, certain taglines, okay? So you need to get that registered, okay? And so if any other companies tries to sell the product with your logo, you can file the complaint against them. So the validity for the trademark is 10 years. Okay. So the last one is cybercrime. Cybercrime is the illegal activity that is done on internet. Like you see internet frauds of credit card forgery, someone blackmailing the other one, taking the data and information pictures of someone and using it wrongly. So all these come under IPC. Okay. So the crimes can be categorized into three forms: crime against individual person, crime against property, and crime against organization or society. Okay. So the illegal activity that is done on internet, it comes under cyber crime. So what are the measures? The first measure is that if you're a minor, okay, you should use internet under the supervision of your parents. Your parents should make sure that you use only reliable websites. You should make use of security softwares like antivirus, firewalls. You should not click on the links or the emails or the text messages that is sent to you from some strangers. Okay. So if you if you're not using any website for a large period of time, you should close that. Okay. And when sending a data over a network from one computer to another, you should encrypt the data. Encryption is the process of sending the data into unreadable code. Okay. And at the receiving end, the data is decrypted. Means unreadable code is then again changed into the form that user understand. Okay. So girls, this is what I have for chapter 10.